guys, this is Tracy from Love Your Shelf, and I just finished reading Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary, which he came out with, I think, last year. So I'm very late to the game, but I don't care, and I want to talk about it because it's such a good book. It is really creative. There's definitely spoilers that we're going to talk about, so if you haven't read it, you might not want to watch this video. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about all of the alien forms, which is incredible. So first we have astrophage, which is on the sun and potentially threatening, not potentially, very much threatening the Earth. So Ryland Grace and a team has to go through a bunch of stuff, and he ends up going to space. He wakes up and everyone's dead but him, and we don't know why, and then he has to learn about it. And in the midst of that, he ends up meeting Rocky, who is one of my new favorite book characters. He's so freaking adorable, which is an intelligent life form. So that's really cool. I love that. Let's start out this way. Let me tell you that I love Andy Weir. I've been in love with his writing since I read The Martian, mainly because the main character in The Martian is me as a smart ass man. I'm not smart, but we are very much on the same wavelength as far as mannerisms. I'm not smart, but I'm not NASA smart. We're very much on the same wavelength as far as mannerisms and the way that we talk and the things that we think and do. So the only difference is, if you told me I might live on Mars alone forever, I'd probably give up. And he somehow doesn't. He pushes through. So he's a better man me than I am. But at any rate, Ryland Grace is the main character of this book. He's alright. He didn't steal my heart. He is very much a teacher, so we are not on the same wavelength. He doesn't cuss on a regular basis. He's very scientific, and he doesn't really know a lot. You kind of get to know... No, you don't even get to know bits and pieces of him. You get to know memories that come up that are specific to this, pretty much, and only this. And that this is Project Hail Mary, which is him going to try to save the Earth. And so you don't really get to know too much more about him. You do know that he's a teacher and that he cares about his students, but that's it. So at first, I was kind of disappointed because everyone talks about how amazing Project Hail Mary is, and I just didn't fall in love with the main character as much. So I was like, dang, I'm not going to like it as much as The Martian. And if I'm being honest, I probably don't like it as much as The Martian, but it is closer for me than I expected it to be, and that is 100% because of Rocky. Happy, happy, happy. Good, good, good. I love him. He's so adorable. I'm sure in real life he's not adorable, but actually I did just look up fan art drawings of Rocky, and he isn't too scary. He's not scary. He actually does look kind of cute, but I can definitely understand why Ryland Grace would think that he is scary. So he ends up meeting an alien, and he does say pretty much exactly what I was thinking when I was waiting for him to meet Rocky for the first time, which is I don't remember word for word, but he says, I am on a spaceship waiting to meet alien life form, and I'm bored. The human mind is weird. And I was thinking the exact same thing when Andy Weir kept talking about all this scientific stuff instead of letting me meet this damn alien. So I thought that was very interesting. My writer totally called me out, and so that was pretty cool as well. So he meets Rocky. Rocky and him become friends. They both want to save Earth and Arid, or Urid, depending. I didn't read the Audible version this time, which sucks because I really want to know what they did with Rocky's voice and his language, but that's okay. So they end up kind of learning to talk to each other. Yeah, definitely learning to talk to each other using different language, but understanding each other's languages, which is incredible. And they find another planet that astrophage and the astrophage is on, and there's a ton of other alien life forms on that planet as well, but they're not intelligent like in the same way, which is its own thing. But anyway, so Tamiba and Tomibas end up eating the astrophage, so they have a way to save both of their planets. And the best thing that made me so teary-eyed is when Rocky finds out that Andy Weir is on a suicide mission and isn't going to make it home because he doesn't have astrophage. And without thinking about it at all, Rocky's just like, I give it to you. I save Earth. I save you. We're friends. Bye. And it's so cute. He's the best. So that's really awesome. Love Rocky for that. And then the Tomiba eat through, essentially, the xenonite, which is the metal that that Rocky makes, like the Arid has. So they eat through the xenonite, and Tomiba eat astrophage. So if they eat through what Rocky's ship is made out of, then they can eat all the astrophage, which is what Rocky's using to get back to his planet. They're using this astrophage as fuel, and now they don't have the ability to do that anymore. Well, Rocky doesn't have the ability to do that anymore. So Weir has to make a decision. Is he going to go back to Earth and be there, or is he going to go save his best friend? Now, he does have little tiny beetles named Beetle, like, so John and Paul and George and Ringo, they're beetles that are named after the Beatles, that he can send to Earth so that they can save Earth. So he doesn't have to be there because, again, it was a suicide mission. That's what he was supposed to do in the first place. And it's just awesome. So he decides to go back and save Rocky. And Rocky is the most excited, most adorable thing that his best friend, they're best friends, okay? That his best friend came back to save him, which is just incredible, especially after you find out that originally Ryland Grace said, no, I'm not going to do a suicide mission. I am a coward. And the main person that was running everything said, fuck you, I'm going to imprison you and put you on the spaceship. And you don't know that for a long time. But thank God that she did that, because if she hadn't done it, who knows? Like, the story could have been a million times different, because it would have been someone else up there that might not have saved Earth and might not have saved Arid. So that's awesome. And Andy Weir, or Ryland Grace's character, is very curious in that aspect. And because of that, he's not very cautious. And I feel like a lot of other people wouldn't be like that. They would have been way more cautious and way more fearful of alien life. Whereas Ryland Grace, as a like biologist, scientist kind of, he studies like human life forms and or life form in general. But anyway, how he, if it was someone else, like, I really think that it would have been different. Like, the whole interaction with Rocky would have been different. And I don't think it would have worked out for everyone. So that's great. So he ends up going back and saving Rocky and saving Arid. He releases his beetles, who you find out later does save Earth, but you don't really know how. And I want to give Andy Weir props for that, because part of it is like, the reason that Earth might or will die is because they're going to lose half their population, because we don't have as much sun, so we're going to enter an ice age, and we're not going to have food, and instead of coming together, there's probably going to be a giant war, and we're all going to go down and die. And you don't know what happens, which I think is awesome, because let's take that out of it. Let's take the what ifs out. Let's take the politics out and just write a good story about two friends that become buddies in space and save two planets together. That's amazing. So I'm all for it. And then at the end, Ryland Grace ends up in Arid. They found out a way to keep him there, and he teaches Iridians how to like go into space essentially, which is really awesome. So all in all, this is just a really feel good bromance in space is what this is, where these two guys end up saving both their planets, which is incredible. Project Hail Mary, definitely a book I'd recommend. It's very wholeheartedly amazing. Thank you so much for joining me and talking to me about Project Hail Mary on Love Your Shelf. If you like Project Hail Mary, tell me what your favorite parts about it were, or if you didn't like it, tell me why. I am interested. Thank you so much for joining me today. Subscribe if you like my channel. Have a great day. Namaste.